Hello Cancer, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming. If you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a general collective reading for your sign, and so aspects of it will apply to you personally, but you may see aspects of this coming out in somebody else's life that you're close to at this time. I work with the 12 houses of the zodiac, and I normally pull out 3 areas of interest for the month, and then I work from there. All my details are in the drop down box below, so you're welcome to follow me on Instagram and have a look there for further information. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, as that does help to push the videos around YouTube for other people to see. Just gives it a higher profile. Okay, so the first house that's coming up is the 5th house. Then we've got 8th house. And then we've got 9th house. Let's get some astrological guidance now. We've got Jupiter abundance coming in under the 5th house, which is lovely. We've got Saturn return age, solar eclipse, and then this one just fell out as well. So I'm just going to put that at the bottom with the... There's another one there. I'm going to put these at the bottom here. Let's get some goddess tarot now. This one's flipped over. Sick, and then Kuan Yin. Bottom of the goddess deck is Isis past life. So that can relate to a situation or to a person. Let's get Fairy Tarot now. Princess of Summer. That's Princess of Cups. Bottom of the Fairy Tarot is 8 of Summer. Let's get a Destiny card now. Okay, so we've got gentleness. Okay. Alright, so this gentleness fully aligns with the Princess of Summer, or Princess of Cups. So I'll have a look at that. Alright, so okay, so we've got the 5th house here. You've got Jupiter abundance coming in with that, and Mary Magdalene unconditional love. So fifth house is your house of creativity. It's the house of love affairs. It's the house of all recreational activities, or anything fun, recreational that you enjoy doing. It can also be sport, some sort of activity related to that. It can also cover taking a risk. So this can be like, it can be gambling related or stock market related, but it can also just be about risk. So this has a risk element to it, this house. But it is also, importantly, the house of children. So if you have children, I feel that something may be coming up to do with them, or it could be to do with a love affair, or it could be to do with accepting something fully within yourself. Because this house is also very much about your brand, your own particular sort of style, your flair, your individuality, or your originality. So it's fully accepting all of that within yourself, however it's coming out in you. Not all of us are artistic, but we are all creative. We're born creative, so that can manifest in many different ways. It can be the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you write, the way you decorate your home. There's lots of ways that creativity can come in. So now at the bottom here, you've got Jupiter abundance coming in. So there's some kind of abundance coming in for you, or some kind of benefit. Now I feel this abundance could be manifesting in a variety of different ways. So it really depends on how you are using your fifth house energy, or what is related to you. For some of you, it may be children related. And for others of you, it may be creative related, or it could be to do with a love affair, as I said, or it could be to do with some sort of activity which you like to do, some recreational activity which you enjoy. So just see how it relates to you. But this can be many different things. Abundance can be many different things. It depends on what is going to be abundant for you. So for some people, it will be financial support, or some kind of gift or reward, or something like that. For other people, it may be support, as in support from your children, or you may be wanting to give support to your children, or it could be support coming from others, or some other avenue to do with that. It can also be support for a creative project which you may be working on. But it's also, I feel, it's about it's kind of like a very joyful, happy, almost contented energy that comes in. But it's about joy. It's about things happening, things that are working for you, some kind of benefit, some kind of opportunity. It's also about optimism. It can also be about gratitude. Gratitude is a form of abundance as well, because the more grateful you are, the more you open yourself up to receive more. So it really depends on how you are going to use this energy. But it's something that's coming to you, some kind of lifting up. It could even be divine intervention that may be coming in for you. But it's a very abundant, very joyful energy. It can also be expansive, as in something that you may be doing in this fifth house starts to expand. So now, for some people, it could also be birth related, children related, actually physically having children, or conceiving children, and this may bring this form of abundance to you. So it's abundance in the form of conception. Really depends on where you are in your life. It's quite a fast-moving energy. So whatever comes in for you, make sure that you follow the opportunities as far as you can go. Or it may be multiple opportunities. Follow them all and take advantage of them, because they move quite swiftly. So you want to anchor that down. You want to anchor that opportunity, or that option, or that vision that you may be receiving at this time. Jupiter normally rules the 9th house, and this is about seeing the big picture. This is about lots of opportunities that may be, to do with the world, meeting the world in some way or form. So, but something coming in for you, something that is abundant for you, something that you perceive as being abundant. We've got Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So whatever is coming in for you, you may find that this abundance that's coming to you may be coming from a source which is unexpected for you, or it may be something, there may be something attached to it, or there may be something about it in which you have to be open to receiving the love, or that support, or that abundance, or that opportunity, or that gift, or that reward. It could even be monetary, or that, just simply an opportunity to express yourself in some way. So, but it's also very much about loving yourself, and this is why I say about, the fifth house can also be about your particular brand of creativity, or your individuality, or your originality. You may think that you don't have that, or you don't have enough, or something like that. You may have issues around that, and this is saying to you that you need to love yourself first and foremost, and as soon as you do that, then you open all kinds of doors. And one of the first things that will happen is you will draw people towards you that you can give that love to, but you must constantly replenish your cup all the time. And because this is also the house of love affairs, you may find that you attract something like that. But as I said, it could be child related. It really depends on you and how you're using this fifth house energy. But love yourself, number one, and then that will automatically stretch to others. So, and however it appears, this abundance coming to you, whatever is happening in your fifth house, however it appears or however it looks, share this love without expecting something in return, without expecting something to come back. This is about appreciation, gratitude for things as they are. So whatever gets presented to you, or however it comes to you, acknowledge that no matter what the outward appearances may be, this is the state that you want to be in. Unconditional love, which is about giving love without expecting anything in return. But I do feel it is very much about yourself and appreciating your own particular talents and things, your own particular situation, and yourself in those situations. And it could also be, as I said, towards your children. You may be wanting to, be in this unconditional love mode, but you want to be open to receiving this lovely abundance in whatever way, shape, or form it's going to come to you. Then we've got here the 8th house, endings and beginnings. So this is normally a cycle shift of some kind. Something is falling away and something is beginning or coming in, or something is ending and something is beginning. It can relate to a number of things. It could also be just a situation in your life. It could possibly be a relationship, or it could be a financial situation, or it could be that something is leaving your life in order to make room for something else to come in, and it's that transitionary period that you go through. The 8th house also covers when you come into a partnership with somebody. So this can be a love relationship, but it can also be a partnership, like a business partnership, or some other kind of, it could even be to do with a creative project. The coming together, how are you going to bring your emotional and material resources together into this partnership, or this committed relationship? How is that going to happen? You may be also handling other people's resources, other people's money in the 8th house, but it is also a financial house. This is big money. This is normally aspects of sort of investments, tax, accounting, banking, insurances, assets, things like that. And in some cases, because there's an ending and a beginning, and this house does cover, it can be a symbolic death, it can be a physical death in some way, but usually it's symbolic, as in something is ending, something is falling away, something is leaving your life. But from a financial point of view, it can also be related to legacies or inheritances. So you could be setting that up for your children, or you could be receiving something may be coming in. But it can also just simply be a cycle shift, where aspects of your life that you've outgrown them or outlived them, and you need to rearrange things, you need to reorientate things to where you're going from this point onwards, and that is very much an 8th house energy. It can also be the birthing of something, so this obviously could be the birth of an idea, a project, or a business, or it can be even birth related to, you know, children related. But it's normally about the birthing of something, like an idea or an inspiration or something to do with that. It can also be renewal or regeneration. So it depends on your situation. You could be in a committed relationship and it's undergoing a regeneration of some sort, or a renewal. Perhaps a phase of your life has ended. Perhaps your children are growing up and leaving home now. So you now are reorienting everything that is going on in your life now to suit you and your long-term partner, however it relates to you. So now I do feel this may be about maturity as well, to do with this house, because you've got Saturn return age here. Saturn return is very much about maturity, but it can also be about what you sow is what you reap. All right, so this can be this has got a past and a present aspect to it. So the past can be about what you have sown in the past, whatever you perceive to be good or bad, or a success or a failure, whatever. Something may be coming back to you now to indicate something. So to indicate that something has not worked, or it has worked, or there may be something that needs to be resolved and sorted out, or just something that needs to be accepted. It could also be that you may have like a disappointment, or you may be seeing something in a new light. You may be seeing it differently to how you looked at it beforehand. Okay, so but it's got a maturity and a wisdom aspect. This is hindsight. This is looking back through the rear view mirror, which is intentionally small. You don't want it to take up your whole life. You only want to look at it in a small way, so that you can pick out your wisdom and your hindsight from there, your wisdom and your understanding, and then you bring that forward to where you are currently to make your decisions now. Because decisions need to be made now. I do feel it could be financial, or it could be related to issues that you were dealing with. It could also be the regeneration, as I said, of a relationship or a partnership. Something is changing, something is shifting, something is moving out of your life, and something is coming in. But this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to now take responsibility for your goals. Your goals now, not the goals that you've had up until this point. You may have been doing things almost robotically or mundanely up until this point, just going through the motions, doing things which worked, paid the bills, satisfied certain situations, but now you're at a point where you've got the opportunity to really take responsibility for your goals, your dreams, what is close to your heart. This is the gift of Saturn. It brings this opportunity now. You now have the wisdom and the hindsight and the understanding to apply some sort of release and redirect energy. So you release your energy from where it has been in the past, and you redirect it to where you want to go now. So it's that wonderful feeling of, now at last I have the chance. Now I can actually do this. Now I can actually go after whatever it is. For some people it may be studying. For some people it may be starting a business. For some people it may be relocating or downscaling or changing something in your environment to suit your current situation. It can also be, as I said, about maturity. This is about a physical age as well. So whatever stage of life you're in, it is about reaching a position where you've now understood something, or you've come to an understanding about something in your life, or you're seeing something differently than how it was before. And this is wisdom. This is you've reached a point that it was completely different last year, or the year before, or the year before that. You've moved ahead, you've grown in your wisdom. So now you apply where you are currently to your situation, and you release and you redirect your energy. So there's some sort of course correct that comes in with Saturn return age. It can also be physical aging as well. You may be a mature person, you may be older, you may be facing retirement, you may be rearranging your finances in some way to enable that, or to allow you to do certain things. But it's also about taking care of your physical body as well from an aging perspective, and looking at things with, as I said, with hindsight. you're going to need to be doing a little bit of contemplation here. You've got sich, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. All right. So you're in this transition phase between something ending and something beginning, or you're closing an old cycle and you're starting a new one, or you're ending a chapter and you're beginning a new one, or you're regenerating, or you're birthing something. It could be finance related, as I said, but it can also be relationship related, where you're sort of the nuts and bolts are being sorted out. So take some quiet time. This is about meditation. This is about spending time quietly, withdrawn, or retreat, or just some kind of reflection, where you weigh up the situation. As I said, there's a course correct required here. This is about taking responsibility for your dreams and your goals, your new goals, and this is going to take some effort. It's going to take some courage. But if you work with the energy of Saturn is about applying yourself, shoulder to the wheel. It's also about being very realistic about your situation. What has worked, what has not worked, and moving from there. It really is a wonderful opportunity to realign. But it's the gift in it is to go after something which is right for you now, something that you may have put aside or had to leave behind in the past, and now you get another chance at it. It's like a second chance coming in. So take some time out to reflect, and you'll come up with the answers. Ask for guidance from your spirit team, and it will be given. This could come in via other people, or you may hear something, or you may see something. Some guidance will be revealed to you, so just be alert to that. We've also got ninth house, faith. So ninth house is the house of faith. It is the house of belief systems, religion, philosophy, everything to do with that. Your belief systems may be getting a bit of an overhaul right now, especially if you are changing, you're going through some sort of cycle shift. It can also be about exploration and sort of adventure and foreign travel or international travel. So exploring. So it can be physically, but it can also be mentally or emotionally, as in studying. So your mind, you're taking your mind to different places, you're learning things. This is normally higher education, like university level education. You may be contemplating a degree or something like that, or it could be adult education. It's also about teaching. It's about publishing. You may be wanting to write something, or you're involved in the publishing world. It's about public relations and promotional work. Any of those aspects can come in. It's also about your intuitive processes, the seeking of wisdom and truth and understanding, the understandings of life, understanding how things are working in your life, looking at things for deeper meaning. This is what the ninth house energy is about. And it's also, as I said, it's like reaching for something, reaching for knowledge, for understanding, for something that is going to give your life meaning. And this can be very, very important with the Saturn return age. This is very much about that. It's contemplating what is going to be meaningful for you now going forward. And this is why you've got the sich energy, okay? This quiet contemplation, peace and tranquility in which you can make your decisions. All right, you may be reading things, you may be studying things, you may be looking at things, you may be wanting to promote an idea that you've had after you've done this contemplation. This house also deals with the law and the higher courts. So this may be a legal profession for you, or it could be some aspect, some legal aspect coming in for you. You may be involved in a legal situation, or you may be using legalities in order to change something in your eighth house. It could be, as I said, legacy related or inheritance related, something like that. Something coming in to do with that. But it's also, don't forget, very much about your faith and wisdom and your intuition, following that very, very strongly in all that you do in this house. And in some cases, it could be international travel. Not many people are able to do that at this time, or even very long distance travel, really. So something may be coming in for you, or maybe you're planning something, or you're wanting to do something in some way, shape, or form. At the bottom, we've got solar eclipse revolution. So you've got a big shift coming in here. You've also got Kuan Yin compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So this kind of goes hand in hand with the unconditional love as well. So this is, again, coming back to yourself. All right. So you may be in this Saturn energy, you may be judging yourself very harshly at this time for things that happened in the past. Nothing you can do about those now. What you can do is take your second chance, grasp it with both hands, resolve what needs to be resolved, deal with things, take a realistic view, but now set your course for the future and grasp it with both hands, all right? But first of all, have compassion and unconditional love for yourself, and then you can give it to others. Release judgments of yourself and release judgments of others. All of that may come in with the Saturn energy. There's solar eclipse revolution. So this is some sort of, it can be quite abrupt, the change that comes in. It can be very quick. It can be a turning point or an epiphany. It can also be, what it does is it hits you it can hit you very quickly. And then now you're forced into the present moment, because you may have, with the Saturn return energy, you may be dwelling in the past a little bit. As I said, it's a rear view mirror. It's small for a reason. Do not live there. Only bring back the wisdom and the hindsight. Do not live in the past, because this is going to force you into the past. Something is going to come up which is going to bring your attention right here, right now, to deal with something. And it's obviously coming up in the 9th house. It could be a legal matter. It could be related to, a number of those areas that are brought up in the 9th house. So something is going to really get your attention. You're going to have to face it. It can also be that it can be relationship related. It can be relocation, as in moving or changing something. It can be also work related. As I said, you could be retiring, or you could just be shifting things around. You could be changing something. You could be beginning a partnership or ending a partnership, like business or however it goes for you. But something is coming up. It's a revolution, so it's circular, something that is shifting. You're changing your perspective now. It can also be that you need to sort of dive in and fix, change, or create something. So now you've got the 5th house, you've got creative energy working with you at this time. So something needs to be adjusted, but whatever happens, on the other side of that, it will be better. But you've got to apply yourself. You've really got to bring yourself into the present moment and face it and deal with whatever is coming up. It's about self-mastery. So if you are open and willing to make the changes that are coming in for you, something gets presented to you, look at it with an open mind, open heart, which is what it's saying, for yourself, your compassion for yourself and for others. Release judgments, and then you will get to the truth. Then you will get to what is your course of action, and then embrace it. That is self-mastery. As I said, compassion, Kuan Yin, release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And that it could be very much the case if you are trying to launch something which is a 9th house thing, or it could be to do with the law. It can, in some cases also be relationship with in-laws. That can also come in. But it's the seeking of truth and wisdom and understanding, and actually applying that in some forum which has a sort of a foreign or a travel or an international slant to it. Then we've got, and I said here with the gentleness, I do feel this is coming in with the Mary Magdalene energy and with the Kuan Yin and with the Sikh. Be quiet and gentle with yourself during this process. Do not judge yourself overly harshly, okay? Every experience you have in your life has a reason for why it happened. It has a place in your life. You must acknowledge that. You must give it credence. And then once you've dealt with it, then you've shone the light on it, then you can move forward from there. Okay, so treat yourself with gentleness, and others as well at this time, because there may be others involved here. All right, and if you have that approach, the unconditional love and the compassion and the gentleness for yourself and for others, then you will be able to make better decisions. You'll make decisions from the heart, which is more important than from the head, because the head can only make decisions based on ego or on fear. Or on past experience, and you're moving out of this past experience now. You want to move out of that and second chance, move forward, do things which are newly aligned for you, as you are in your current life, and where you want to head forward to. This is your chance now to release and redirect. We've got Isis past life. This situation involves your past life memories. So something is coming up. I feel it could be released with this, okay? Or it could be released with this. something is coming up which is going to generate a fear in you. Something is going to bubble up which feels very uncomfortable, but just remember it's probably related to a past life. So whether this is for a person or a situation or both, you're going to feel a bit uncomfortable when this rises up in you. But as I said, just face it, shine the light on it. As soon as you bring it into the light, instead of hiding it, as soon as you bring it into the light, it loses its power, because now it's in the light, now it's been acknowledged. And as I said, give it credence. It's had a place in your life, this unknown fear, whatever it may be. Face it and be realistic. You know, this is what I would like to do. This is what I want. I'm going after my dreams now. I'm going after my new goals. This is what I want for my life. And then you go for it. So don't let fear hold you back. That's what this is saying. This is what Isis is saying. Don't let ancient fears from past lives, things that you've carried forward into this life, don't let them hold you back. So don't fall into self-sabotage or self-denial or some kind of self-undoing. Don't fall back into that, okay, or fall into that trap. Face your fear. Know that this is coming up for a reason, but don't let that fear hold you back. We had these two kind of came out. The Pisces is all about belief, which is does come in with the with the ninth house. Jupiter rules the ninth house, so it's about self-belief, but also belief in divine intervention, or belief in the goodness of people around you. Okay, so that, but it can, as I said, it can have a self-undoing or a self-sabotage aspect to it. So do not fall into that. All right, do not give into these fears which are coming in to test you. All right, don't give into those fears, because you've got a second chance coming in now. Really very important for you. So go for it. You may be meeting somebody quite important in your life. They may have it can have a twin flame aspect to it, but it could also be a very important soulmate at this time, whatever their capacity is in your life. That could be anybody really, but if it's a twin flame, if you feel it's a twin flame and you are aligned with the twin flame situation or understandings, then that may apply. But this is also about connecting to the divine, connecting to imagination, and intuition and dreams. Your dream life may be very important, and this is why you've got Sikh as well, because the quiet time, the meditation, will help you to connect to that energy. All right, belief in the universe, believe in your spirit team, and connecting to that energy. It can also be channeling a lot of things like imagination and inspiration, which may be needed for a creative project that you have, or publishing as well. If you write fantasy or you're involved in creating something, that connecting to the Pisces energy can be very, very important. But just steer clear of the self-undoing or confusion about situations, tapping into too many emotions and getting caught into other people's complexities. Have a few boundaries in place. Maintain your energy, get clear about things, which is what Saturn is going to do for you. Don't allow confusion to set in and fear to set in to stop you from moving forward. I feel once you've dealt with this, then the Aries I am will come in, which is this push to action, to take action, to actually move forward with something which is important for you. It's that spark of energy, that enthusiasm. It's a no-nonsense energy, get things done. So once you've done this work, and you've aligned yourself to the second chance, or this release and redirect energy, then the Aries energy will help you to move on it as quickly as possible. You may have to cooperate with others. Don't allow impatience or quick temper to get you down. Impatience, or anger, and you may have to, as I said, compromise or cooperate with others to bring this project to bear, or this whatever it is that you're trying to do. This is a no-nonsense, cards on the table energy. All right, it's a very, very clear energy to get things done, and this is going to counteract the Pisces, which may be dealt with during this past life review, quiet time phase. Once you get past that, then you can bring this Aries energy on board. There may be a few egos around, or a few bossy people, or you may be slipping into that, so just be careful of that. But this is the energy and the urge, it's ideas, it's moving forward, it's impulsive energy as well. Just don't rush too much with this Aries energy. It's the very best way to handle it is measured action in a specific direction, which is what you're going to find out when you work out your Saturn return, how you're going to apply that to you. Now we've got for the Fairy Tarot. Princess of Summer, gentle, sensitive, kind, inexperienced. Okay, so the gentleness energy is coming in again. So you could be meeting somebody like this. As I said, maybe a soulmate coming in for you, like a friend. Somebody's going to come in and help you. It could be, as I said, a relationship, but somebody that exhibits these tendencies, or this could be yours. This could be related to you. But there's emotion here. It's cups energy. A new relationship or emotional experience. Invitations to social events. A compassionate friend you can share concerns with. Okay, so I feel this is a soulmate, somebody that's coming in to help you. They're exhibiting these qualities, or you may be exhibiting these qualities, and you're drawing this person in. But this could very well be a soulmate, or a very good friendship, or a partner, or some other kind of significant relationship for you. This is going to help you in some way, and it's going to bring this lovely, watery, caring energy in for you. Then the bottom of the Fairy Tarot is 8 of Summer, a desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Okay, so that is just reflecting what we've already had here with the Saturn return age, the 8th house, the 9th house, the seeking of wisdom and truth and understanding for yourself. You've got solar eclipse energy coming in here, and you've just got a hurdle to overcome, but there's going to be abundance. You're going to get support from somebody. Somebody's coming in, or it could be a group, or it could be an activity. Something is coming in to help you at this time. But it is very much about being in your self-love, your emotional self-love, and your compassionate energy, and that will draw a lot of things to you which are going to help you at this time. Okay, Cancer, I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful month. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.